Alright, let us begin. Foot cam, no foot cam. There we go. Well, as you all know, tap strafing is being removed, which is less than ideal. Definitely the most controversial game element Apex Legends ever had. They want to remove it, so I'm going to teach you guys how to do it in the best possible way. Utilize it to its maximum potential. You probably learn a whole bunch of things new watching this. There's probably actually a bunch of things you haven't seen any other players do. So let's get started. First of all, what you're going to want to do to be able to tap strafe effectively or efficiently is you need to bind scroll wheel up to your alternate key on move forward. So this is essentially going to like make a lot of move forward inputs. So when you scroll up, every single scroll is going to be a W input. All right, that's step one. I'm going to show you how to do it with the little keyboard overlay. So you want to do your normal W, shift to sprint. So you want to be at a full sprint. Then you want to slide jump, basic movement. Everyone knows this. Full sprint, slide jump, and then immediately after the jump, there's about a ½ second to 3/4 second window where you can input any directional key. And as long as you input the directional key and move your mouse in the same way as the directional key, you'll activate a mechanic called lurch. So lurch is in Apex, it's in Titanfall 1 and 2. It's in these games, it's like enabled by the source engine. So redirects use lurch, wall bounces to hop over walls, like nice and quick use lurch. Lots of different mechanics use lurch. This is probably now the most famous in Apex. So we're going to full sprint, W, shift, slide jump. That's step one. Step two is W, shift, slide jump, and then you're going to scroll up, hit A, and move your mouse to the left. So you're facing to the left. And the sharper you turn, the sharper you will tap strafe. Now, first of all, I'm going to do a short scroll up on my mouse, and you're going to see it's going to fail. You need to do like a long, smooth scroll up. If you do it too short, you're going to input too few directional keys, and you're not going to get a proper turn. So I'll do a short one, and it hardly worked. Worked a bit better because I scrolled a little longer, but ideally you just want to do like a large smooth scroll up. We can do the same for the D key on the right. These are just 90-degree turns. You can also do a 180-degree turn, which just requires the A or the D key, same thing, but you need to do it much faster and sharper, so like this. And there you have a 180-degree turn. And that's how we do a little 180-degree tap strafe. Remember, this all has to be done in a 0.5 to 0.75 second window after you jump. If you do it too late, it won't work at all. Scroll wheel. See? It doesn't work. You kind of just do a gentle air strafe there. So it has to be done in that tiny little window after you jump. I'm going to show you guys how to do it on a few different characters, the way it can be used on the different characters. So let's go. Actually, let's do Octane last, because Octane has like the most potential. He has like a whole bunch of variations with it. So with Pathy, the way you want to do it with Pathy is the following. One of the ways you can utilize it with Pathy is after grapple. After grapple, you've got a huge amount of momentum. You don't want to land at steep of an angle when you hit the ground after Pathy grapple, otherwise you'll just come to a dead stop. Or lose most of your momentum. Land as parallel to the ground as you can to maintain most of your momentum. Here's how to do it on Pathy, nice and quick. Okay, cut the video. Let's just do it on the platform. Alright. Okay. Hold up. Haven't played Pathy for a while. My grapple keeps cutting. One moment, please. I'm gonna do it here and land on that far platform. So like that. So you can literally hit a whole bunch of sequential 90-degree turns. You can even go like left and then right and then left and then right. And I'll show you tap strafe B-hoppy in a moment, which is another thing that you can do, which you've probably not seen anyone do before.
Here I go.
To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. You can do it however you want. Alright, now I'm going to show Mirage, which is going to confuse the hell out of everyone. Alright, so a couple little tricks you can do on Mirage. You can throw your decoy at it. And
sending out a decoy.
I mean, you can activate the decoy anytime in the air and he'll just immediately drop, but then everyone's going to know it's a decoy. But the fun trick you can do with Mirage, and it's kind of niche, you can do Mirage ult mid-air and then tap strafe any direction you want, and no one is going to have any idea where the hell you went. So like, I'm invisible. I was invisible there. Second and a half, whatever it is. No one knows where you go. No one knows. Let's say these armors are a dude, right? This is the enemy. Enemy's right here. There's like 2 of them. They're going to shoot me. I'm trying to escape. I'm going this way. I hit my ult mid-air. And they're like, where'd you go? They don't, like... Look. Where did I go, dude? I just split into like 1,000 decoys and now I'm invisible. They don't know if I tap strafe right, left. They don't know if I just did another jump forwards. They don't know if I went backwards. Little Mirage trick. Easy peasy. Back to Octane. And I'm going to show you all the ways that you can use Octane. Bunch of different stuff. The character who has the most potential to utilize tap strafe. So we got the normal, hit the pad. Now on the second jump, you jump. And then immediately after that second jump, you input a directional key for your tap strafe, either A or D. And scroll up, and you turn in the corresponding direction. So if I hit A, scroll up, and I turn left. Or I hit D, scroll up, and turn right. Immediately after the jump. Like that. Alright, we can do a 180, which just requires the same thing, either A or D. Turn in the corresponding direction, but you need to do it sharper and faster. So it's hit the pad, and then we go backwards. So I'm doing the exact same thing, I'm just doing it sharper and faster. You can even do it like pretty far away and still get back to the pad. See? You can actually go quite far away and still get back to the pad. Next little piece of pretty damn cool movement tech, which not like very few people know how to do, and is actually somewhat difficult to do. As you run up and you're about to hit the pad, slide jump before you hit it, then do a tap strafe as you hit the pad, and you can go in any direction you want. I can hit this pad from this direction and I can go straight right and still have a tap strafe and jump to use in the air. I can go straight left, I can continue forward like a normal pad. I can even go immediately backwards. So I'll show you guys now. So we're running full sprint, we're gonna slide jump, tap strafe to the left as we hit the pad. And I'm gonna go straight that way. See? And now I still have a tap strafe left. Amazing. See? You can go any direction you want. You can even go like you can almost go backwards. You can actually go backwards. Cut. I'll explain it first. So you can actually go backwards immediately off the pad by binding either S to scroll wheel up, or you can just keep it on W and do a super sharp, like it's pretty hard to go straight backwards with this trick, but the way you got to do your jump too is you jump just before the pad. So like this. There we go. Completely backwards. And I still have my jump. So you can do it with W. You can also do it with S, but it's quite funky. The time is extremely tight for this. Okay, it does work. It's just sloppy. Okay, never mind. Just did it perfectly. Boom. There you go. You can actually bind tap strafe to W, S, A, or D, whatever you want. So I'm going to show you guys how to A and D tap strafe now. So now our scroll up is activating our A key. I'm going to be inputting a whole bunch of little A keys. Scrolling up to activate A, pressing W and turning left. It's just going to look a bit different. Like that. Now I'm going to show you guys a whole bunch of different ways that you can use tap strafing in practice. So we've gone over the legends, we've gone over like basically how to do it. I'm going to show you guys a few things that you've seen and probably a few that you haven't seen. We'll do around the wall into a wall jump first. So this is going to be a tap strafe into wall bounce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go full sprint, slide jump. I'm going to tap strafe around this corner, hit the wall and bounce off it. Magic. Now I'm going to show you guys tap strafe B hopping. It makes you very hard to hit, but it's also fairly mechanically like difficult to do. There's a whole bunch of different things you have to press. So pretty much you want to hit like your full stride, so you're sprinting. You just do your normal B hop. So this is just a basic bitch B hop. I'm just gently holding D and turning, gently holding A and turning. There's your basic B hop. Now we're going to do a tap strafe B hop. But because I have to scroll up to tap strafe, I'm not going to use scroll down to B hop, which means I'm going to have to press spacebar to B hop, and pressing spacebar and timing that jump every single time can be quite difficult. We're going to start B hopping with spacebar. Then we're going to scroll up. We're going to hit A, scroll up, turn left. Then we're going to B hop as we hit the ground again. Going to hit D, turn right and scroll up. B hop, A, scroll up, turn left. B hop, D, scroll up, turn right. And we're going to do that to get some very difficult to hit, high speed, sharp movements. Tap strafe B hopping. So So you can go in any direction. And the more speed you start with, the more speed you can maintain. But when it's most effective is just like when you're at full speed. And now I'm going to show you guys the last character. Horizon has a better control in the air. So her strafes are more responsive. And so tap strafing is easier on her. She's one of the best characters for movement for sure. Just not because of her Q, not because of her ultimate, purely because of her passive, which allows better directional control while in the air. All right, it's going to look pretty much the same. It's just going to look a little sharper. I'll just hit the old pad, tap strafe. And she also has the fall protection stuff. So you can go super far with Horizon. And we can do the other trick where we go off sideways. Horizon is definitely the best character for any air-based movement. He has such great directional control. But Octane is probably overall like the tap strafe. I can show you guys one more thing, one more way to use the lurch and momentum mechanic, which is very flashy. No one really uses it though, because it's very hard to learn, very hard to do. It's how to get over a wall with a tap strafe. Fuck was that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the wall. So once I wall bounce, my momentum or my trajectory is turning. My trajectory is into the wall. Then I wall bounce. My trajectory is immediately pushing me off the wall, probably like that direction. I'm going to redirect that momentum, like with S, into D, into W, to do a 360 at the top of the wall in a loop-de-loop and get over the wall. But this is what it looks like. We have our wall. We have our character running up into the wall. So what our character's going to do is he's going to run in and he's going to sprint, slide jump, de-strafe into the wall, collide with the wall, do the wall jump. After you do the wall jump, your momentum is going to be going out this way, back away from the wall. We're hitting S at this point. Then as we come around this way, we're hitting D. Our character's going backwards. Then as we hit D, our character is actually going to be facing away from the wall. So our character is facing this direction, but he's moving in that direction. As we come around further, facing outwards, gently turning our character around. And we're going to go over the top of the wall while holding W. So the movement's going to look like this. Now I'm going to do it in practice. Full sprint, slide jump, de-strafe into the wall, hit the wall bounce, SDW as you gently turn your mouse. It has to be fairly fast, and then you'll make it straight over the wall. Like that. Depending on the height of the wall, you can just completely clear it. This wall is pretty high. I think I actually kind of press S and D like extremely quickly after each other, and then W. Like, you can literally just clear it, and it looks so sick. You just see some madman run up, and he's gone. And that concludes our tap strafe guide.